Hi, here you explain us an introduction about all the animals that we were going to work in the digestion process. First, you tell us about the most adapted animal in the set of animals.
In this set of animals we have here, we have from the most unadapted animal, which is called Amphioxus. Okay, it's the first notochord animal. It means that it's the first one, it's the first animal that has a spine. It's the first one. It's very small, and of course, it's a fish.
Then you explain us how is the lamprey.
We have the lamprey, lamprea in Spanish. Okay, remember, those are the first fish with no jaw. They cannot bite. Oh, alright? So, some of you might see that they have rounded teeth. Okay? They don't have a jaw, they cannot bite. Okay? They just stick to the other animals.
You explain us the mouth of the sharks.
We have the shark. This is a real shark. In Spanish we know it as squalos. Those are the squalos. Okay? And as you might see, the mouth, they already have a jaw. They can't bite now. And you know sharks because they bite, and they bite very hard.
You show us his respiratory system and his maternal part.
So they have the branchia here, a little bit of the respiratory system, and this is a very young one. Here is the maternal part. You see here, this is still to the umbilical cord, let's say. Okay, here.
A very weird animal called axolotl that lives in Mexico.
They have already legs, very small legs, very large fin. Look at that. So they can swim. They cannot walk too much or not too far. And they have branchia, and the branchia are outside.
So they breathe by branchia. They still don't have lungs. We pass to the frog, that is an amphibian.
Because they lose their leg, the tail, they do no longer swim just when they're young. And you know that the tadpoles, they still can swim. They have a tail, but they lose it. So they are called in Latin anura, which means that they don't have. Indeed, anura. That's what it means. Without the tail. Anura, no tail. And you have the reptiles. We have a turtle. We cannot open it.
And finally, we have the turtles, that are reptiles, but you can open it because of its carapace. Then we saw a little bird that we can open it because it was unuseful because of his little size.
It's a very little bird. So, because it's so small, open it is useless, absolutely. But remember that those are the mediocre part of evolution after the reptiles.
And finally, in the evolution, we have the mammals, a pig.
We have a mammal. This mammal is exactly like you all. No pigs, but mammal. Okay, so this still have the umbilical cord. Still with the umbilical cord. Do not think of a thing. Okay, because it's
It's a girl, it's a boy.
It's a she.
It's a she.
It's a she. Well, because this is not a penis. Okay. The umbilical cord. Okay, well, this is the mouth. So
These are my conclusions. The first one is that the lamprey was the first fish without jaws, so they cannot bite. They have grounded teeth to stick the other animals. As the minus adapted animals, lamprey and sharks are the cartilaginous animals, so they don't have bones. As you can see in the image, there are no bones, so the most adapted fishes are the ones that already have bones, like the ones that we can eat. The weird animal from Mexico, even if it has legs, they can't walk, they breathe by bronchia, they still don't have lungs. And the final conclusion is that the frogs lose their tail. They do not longer swim, just with the young, and they are called anura because they have anus and not a tail. Another conclusion is that the birds are the mediocre part in evolution after the reptiles. And finally, in the evolution, the less primitive animals in the cycle are the mammals, like the pig.